Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review, this time of Mr. Freeze and Batgirl from Batman's Fighting the Frozen, which is part of the Page Punchers program, DC Direct and McFarlane Toys. These two I got on one of the 12 days of McFarlane, both 50% off. I was super interested in these interpretations of the characters. I didn't get Batman and Robin because I didn't want those interpretations of the characters, but I thought this is a really interesting Batgirl and a really interesting Mr. Freeze. And right away from the packages, Batgirl, super light. Mr. Freeze is like picking up a brick. You could kill an intruder with Mr. Freeze. Like, don't. But you could if you wanted to. But they're both really well done. And of course, they both contain the same comic book, which is Fighting the Frozen. But each has its own character-specific cover. And I'm going to enjoy opening that and putting that in a bag and board and checking that out a little bit more, as well as all of the accessories on them. I love the plastic. I hate the foam plastic, although the last couple things we've gotten from McFarlane Toys that were in these clamshells were surprisingly easy to open with some scissors, but in the past they've been like, how electronics are sealed in and it takes a minor act of God to, or a reciprocating saw. I guess I've gone at it with a reciprocating saw and the package lost. But that's nothing on the back. That's weird. I didn't check the back before, but wow, nothing on the back. That sucks. At the very least, the back could have cross promotion for the other figures in the line, so that if you're standing in a store and you're wondering what figures come in the set and what figures you should be looking for, that could be right there. But this could also be the back of the comic book. But the back of the comic book doesn't have to be this. They have the Page Punchers thing here instead of on the bottom for some reason. But they could just as easily put an insert in here that had all that cross-promotional stuff without interrupting the comic book itself. So, like I said, Mr. Freeze is just massive, and he looks so cool. He's kind of like an electronic Jawa. Just so much steampunk and cool stuff in there. Just really nice. The hits of color, the purple, the light blue glowing stuff, the light blue on the gun, the darkness on the back, just all the different colors going on. And Batgirl looks very, very like like everything she's wearing is from an animal. Except for maybe that top. I don't know if maybe she dyes it white, but everything else looks like leather or wraps or even the teeth sticking out of the gauntlets. She's got bare feet. This is the first McFarlane toy for me that doesn't have has shoes on or anything. And of course, the mask looks like it was cobbled together with pieces of other leather and things like that. So we're definitely going to take these out. We're going to take a closer look. So let's do that right now. Now that we've freed these guys from their clamshell packaging, let's take a closer look at Mr. Freeze and Batgirl from Batman Fighting the Forces, the DC Direct and Todd McFarlane figure. First, the cards mirror the covers that they came with. In this case, Batgirl is seen by Emanuela Luciano. Let's see. I can't pronounce that. Emanuela. So this is the comic book that it comes with. I put it in a bag and a board, of course, naturally. And Mr. Freeze has cool art. That's Philip Tan. And that mirrors the comic book that it came with. Now, both of them have the same story in them. So I'm just going to briefly go over sort of... they both come with action figure stands too, so I'll get that out of the way. So essentially, it's just a one-issue, almost straight-up fight. But it kind of centers around, as all good Mr. Freeze stories do, around helping Nora. And the action gets started from there. So it's a worthwhile read. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. let's go over these figures. First, let's move. Well, let's not move it. We'll move it that much. There we go. Let's go over Batgirl first. It's a really cool figure. She comes with axes of different kinds, kind of sharpened edge, this curved one. And they're really cool. Her hands were pretty stiff. I had to pry them open a little bit. Let me take that out of her hand. So the weapons are cool. They're two-tone. They have the brown for the wood and the construction, but the white for the bone, which is a nice touch. A wash would have been really cool, but I'm not complaining. She also came with this hook that looks like it's several things held together by rope, several different things, and of course the string comes out but doesn't really connect to anything. So that is a grappling hook she came with. For Batgirl, she has a ponytail that comes out of the back of the mask. I'm not sure, because the mask, it looks like it weaves. Oh no, it's an opening. Okay. It's an opening right at the top of the mask. And the ponytail comes out of that opening. So that's very cool. The stitching in the cape, that's nice. Looks really, really good. It's in a couple different places. So that's a new sculpt. The cool edges. Very McFarlane-esque curl to it. Very cool nod to the artist who runs the company. The mask is very cool. The mask is very cool. It's got the teeth around the neck. It's got the cool, sort of looks like melted gold or like formed gold bat logo with, I'm not sure what you call that texture on the shirt, but it's a thing, but I don't know what it's called. Got gauntlet wraps around her wrist, which have bone protruding, and the bat logo on the belt, and looks like a leather sash around it, and I'm not sure what you call these, and it has a little bit of decoration, a little bit of deco. I'm guessing these are maybe teeth she took off of a creature, maybe one at a time to show something, or maybe there's a cutting tool. Maybe, I'm not sure what it would be equivalent to. And of course, one boot has this kind of outcropping of bone, and this one doesn't as much. Still very cool. Like maybe she's building this one up like a bone at a time. And then of course the wrap that goes underneath this to keep from probably chafing. I imagine that was probably no lotion. The story takes place in, let's see, 687, something like that. So at least 1700 years ago. So a lot of this is cobbled together from what you could cobble together back then. But it's still super impressive. And it's a really impressive figure. And a really nice addition to the collection. Just something so offbeat and so different. It's very cool. Now let's check out Mr. Freeze, who was arguably the reason to get any of this in the first place. Batgirl was a nice add-on. But Mr. Freeze was the thing that when I saw it, I went, oh my god. I have to own that immediately. Mr. Freeze comes with a tank that you can put on his back. I put it sideways. It looks like because the release is up here, you could either put it upside down or right side up or sideways, whatever you want. This hand is a fist, so the gun won't go into it. So if you reversed it, I don't know that you'd have enough cabling to reach from here to his fist. So just keep that in mind. It's got the blue, what I can only assume are kind of refills for the gun. He's got a lot of cool stuff like gauges, very steampunk gauges. He's got some more gauges right on the helmet. Looks like a diver's helmet with some frost icicles poking through. Like even his containment suit can't contain the intense cold that's inside the suit. The two eerie eyes on the front. It's very cool. I went over the tank. The gun itself, the cable I don't think it comes loose from the gun. It might come loose, I'm not sure, at some point, but it's in there pretty good. But the gun is an interesting kind of a bluish metallic kind of color. It's maybe not easy to see on camera. It's got the light blue hits where the canisters would go. It's really cool. It's just a different color from the rest of Mr. Freeze. And I don't know. I don't think that you could maybe make a lot of reuse out of I mean, some of this could be a Doomsday. You know, when Doomsday was first introduced and Doomsday was in the containment suit. So you weren't super kind of scared of what he was until he sort of came out of that suit and you were like, oh my God, that thing is a monster. But it's a really cool suit. I love the head, man. So expressive and just it feels like it has like a ball joint at the top of the head and one at the base of the neck. So it gets a little bit of that. It's a really cool figure. The padding, the knee braces and everything. Just really cool. Let's get in on those gauges and check those gauges out. He's got gauges here and here and here and even little ones that are like right here and here. So it's extremely like steampunk. If you're wondering how's a guy from 687 get this technology, the story starts in 1886, I think. 1896, something like that. And then there's a little bit of a time travel mishap. And so he's technically more advanced than the Batman, Robin, and Batgirl characters in the comic. But that is a really cool character, man. I'm really happy that I got it. I'm really happy I waited for 50% off. It was completely worth it. It was sold out. I think at Target sold out, so I couldn't get it as part of one of their sales. And I think Amazon has been stubbornly at 25 or 20 or 25 for a while. So the chance to get this for 50% off was irresistible. And it's really cool. And the comic book is really fun. So if you can, and you haven't gotten these guys already, and you have an opportunity to grab them, grab them. They're super cool. And until next time, enjoy your toys.